The new Republican-led Congress is set to be sworn in just hours, but last night they already made a big change. House Republicans voted to gut an independent ethics oversight office. Here with his reaction is Massachusetts Democrat Congressman Seth Moulton. He serves on the House Armed Services Committee and is a former Marine and Iraq War veteran. Good morning, Congressman.
Good morning.
When did you get the news that Republicans had made this move about the Ethics Commission?
Late last night, they completely blindsided us, and it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, is there any American out there who thinks Congress is too ethical? Donald Trump and the Republicans said they're going to drain the swamp, and the very first thing they do is dismantle our outside ethics watchdog.
So why'd they do it?
Well, I mean, it's frightening. I guess what they have on their agenda might run into trouble with ethics. I don't know what else could be the reason. But we're going to stand up to this, just like we're going to stand up to all the things that Republicans want to do that are bad for the American people. And clearly, this is getting off to a really bad start.
How are you going to stand up to it, since it's virtually already happened? Yes, you'll vote on it today, but they have the numbers.
Well, I mean, this is the frightening thing. I mean, we are obviously they're trying to do this at the last minute without any consultation. You know, I was elected on a platform of bipartisanship, of working across the aisle with people where we can find common ground. You know, the good news on things like this is that there are Republicans who oppose it. I mean, even Speaker Paul Ryan opposed this change. So what Democrats have to do is find common ground with Republicans who are reasonable and thoughtful and are willing to stand up to crazy changes like this and things that Donald Trump wants to do that are harmful to the American people.
Right, but I mean, so today, when you all are going to vote on it, you're going to scour the halls of Congress and try to lure Paul Ryan and other Republicans to not vote for this?
Well, look, that's what we have to do, is we have to say to our Republican colleagues, this is not the right thing for the institution of Congress. This is not the right thing to represent the interests of the American people. So rather than just vote the party line here, do the right thing for the constituents you represent. I know that's what I go to Washington to do every single day. I mean, fundamentally, that's my job as a public servant. And this is not Congress doing its job.
Well, you said you can't fathom why they would do this. I mean, we do have some insight because they have spoken about it. It sounds like Bob Goodlatte, Congressman who led the charge, thinks that the OCE, the Office of Ethics, was too powerful, it was overzealous, and it was at times too aggressive and took away people's due process. What do you think?
I think that Congress needs more ethics. You know, I wish Congress had the ethics that I found in the Marines. You know, I served with Marines from all over the country, Marines from Massachusetts and Vermont, but also Alabama and Texas. We came together with remarkably different political beliefs, different political backgrounds, different religious backgrounds. But at the end of the day, we were able to find common ground to do what's right for the American people. We were able to put America first. And I don't think there's anyone out there who thinks that Congress is putting the American people first if it dismantles congressional ethics. Congress needs more ethics. We need to be reaching a higher standard, both Democrats and Republicans. And this does the exact opposite.
Well, first, thank you for your service. And second, who do you, as a veteran, who do you want to see now in charge of the VA?
I want to see someone who's going to improve and strengthen the VA, someone who has the experience of leading a large organization, who can fix the VA, who can lead it, and make it work for American veterans. What I don't want is someone who's just going to come in there to dismantle the VA and put veterans out on the streets. And this is what Donald Trump is talking about doing. He's talking about privatizing the VA, which veterans are opposed to. You know, if you privatize the VA, a lot of studies have shown that wait times for veterans will go up. In fact, they'll go up for every American because there are so many veterans who will be put on the private health care system without the specialized services that the VA provides. So we need someone who's going to lead the VA and reform the VA, not tear it apart.
Okay, next, Obamacare. As you know, Republicans have said this is basically their first order of business. Starting today, they want to repeal and replace Obamacare. What is the Democrats' plan?
Well, they want to repeal and replace Obamacare, but all they know how to do is repeal it. They haven't even come up with a plan to replace it. Donald Trump doesn't have a plan to replace it. So that means that 20 million Americans are going to be put out on the street without health care. That means that all those 20 million Americans are going to have to go to the emergency room when they need treatment, which is going to raise healthcare prices for everybody else. So this is the height of irresponsibility, and it's not doing the right thing by working families. It's not doing the right thing by the American people. We have a healthcare plan that, while not perfect, is working well. It's actually bringing healthcare costs down. In fact, the Republicans have to break their own rule about budgeting in order to repeal the ACA because all the estimates show that it will increase the deficit if they do this. So they're being incredibly hypocritical. They're not doing the right thing by the American people, and they have no plan going forward. We're going to stand up to that, and we're going to make sure the American people know that this is not the right thing.
Congressman Seth Moulton, thank you very much. It'll be very interesting to watch what happens with Congress beginning today and obviously through the next many years. Thanks so much for your input.
Thank you.
We also want to thank our international viewers for watching us. CNN Newsroom begins for you in moments. And for our U.S. viewers, we are following a lot of news this morning. So let's get right to it.
House Republicans secretly voting to gut their own independent ethics watchdog.